President Sam Houston.
I'm going to call to order the city council meeting for the city of Rainbow City for Monday, August 24th, 2026. I'm going to ask Councilman Randy Vice to lead us in the invocation, be followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Would you stand?
Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day you've given us, dear God, another day to serve the citizens of this community. While we're serving you, dear God, we also want to honor those who went on to meet you in the last week, dear God. Please be with each and every one of their family members as they mourn, dear God, and comfort them only as you can. Once again, lead, guide, and direct us as we make decisions, dear God, and bless our entire population. Forgive us where we fail you. All these things we ask in your name. Amen.
Amen. Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. If you turn your cell phones to off or vibrate position, we'd appreciate it. And I'm going to ask the city clerk, Beth Lee, if she'll do a roll call.
Jerry Ramsey. Here. Randy Vice. Here. Jeff Brents. Here. Jameson Jenkins. Here. Clark Hopper. Here. Mayor Taylor.
Here. Number 5 is to approve the minutes of the regular meeting of August 10th of 2026, and I'd entertain a motion that we do so.
So moved. Second.
Is there any discussion? Those in favor by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Number 6 is candidate for State Senate District 10, Jesse Battles. Jesse, come on up. Clark's going to get you taken care of on the microphone. Just give us your name and address for our official record.
You got it. You can use this against me in the future, are you?
We might.
Okay. Jesse Battles, my address is 3227 Gallant Road, Attala, Alabama, 35954. All right. Mayor, council, citizens of Rainbow City, I appreciate the opportunity to be here with y'all today. My name is Jesse Battles, and I'm running for State Senate District 10. That includes Etowah County, Cherokee County, and Southern DeKalb County. I live in Abilene. I call it the suburbs of Attala. I'm a 7th generation from out there, but I grew up here in Rainbow City. I went to Westbrook from elementary school until I graduated high school, and I'm glad they're seeing some great growth there. It's a great school. But we're running for State Senate, and we got one mission, and that mission is to work hard every day to make Northeast Alabama the best place to live, work, and raise a family. Now, how are we going to do that? The first thing we're going to do is we're going to recruit industry. Y'all are set up prime right here in Rainbow City with a mega site. Y'all have something that people, not only in this state doesn't have, but people all over the Southeast and the United States doesn't have. And like I say, it's not just going to fall out of an airplane and land here. I want to go down to Montgomery with y'all and recruit industry and bring industry here that can grow this area. But as we recruit industry, we also got to make sure that we support our small businesses. Like my in-laws, they own a restaurant. We have a lot of culture here with our small businesses, places that you can't go anywhere else, like Grace Finds in these awesome areas here in Rainbow City. And we need to make sure that we have that culture and that quality of life and keep it going. And when we get the revenue in from these industries and from the businesses, we're going to reinvest in our schools, roads, and bridges. But it doesn't just stop there. I want to invest in quality of life. Like my wife, she comes here to y'all's walking track in Rainbow City. She feels comfortable enough to walk by herself with our daughter. That speaks volumes to me for how safe Rainbow City is. But the most important thing to me about this campaign is working with our local elected officials. Look, I grew up in Rainbow City, but I currently don't live in Rainbow City. I live in Attala. So my job isn't to come here to Rainbow City and be like, Rainbow City, this is what you need to be doing. My job is to say, what does success look like to you, and how can I help you be successful? I believe a rising tide raises all boats, and I'm going to do my part working with y'all to help raise the tide here in Northeast Alabama. As y'all know, we have been running for this Senate seat for about 15 months now. We were running as Republican. I'm not big on polls, but I was told that we were winning. So in February, I was taken down to Birmingham and essentially told that I wasn't welcome to their club and for me to go home. And as I contemplated what had happened, the people who had gotten me in this position to begin with asked me to continue this race and run in as an independent. So we were able to get our spot back here on the ballot. So on November the 3rd, I'm asking you to go here to the Rainbow City Community Center and bubble in Battles, because we get no straight party tickets. We just, you got to find our name on the ballot and bubble it in so I can work in partnership with y'all and with everybody here in Rainbow City to help make Rainbow City and Northeast Alabama the best place to live, work, and raise a family. And with that being said, I'd be honored to answer any questions that you may have.
Yeah, I think go ahead. Anyone else? I think I do have a question, and
Yes,
that
sir.
is that, you know, in the past, I've had to oppose my own senator in the sense of our occupational license fee. I'd just like to hear some sort of commitment. I think you've already given that, but I would like to hear a commitment as to why I'm not going to see myself in opposition to my own representation.
No, I believe in government from the bottom up, not the top down. I will never do anything in Montgomery that affects Rainbow City without coming to y'all and making sure that y'all have approval first. My job isn't to create problems for y'all to solve. My job is to make your lives easier so you can make the citizens of Rainbow City's lives better. So you have my full commitment that I will be a partner in Montgomery, and any legislation that has anything to do with Rainbow City will come at the approval of y'all. I'm your voice. I work for you, and I take that very seriously.
If you get down there, I don't want you to balance my budget.
No,
I can do that
it's not my job to balance your budget, Mayor. My job is to bring home money so you can grow that budget.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Jesse, real quick, I know we've talked about this before, and I know the CHOOSE Act is already there. It's established law. Would you be against any expansion of the CHOOSE Act as it currently is? It's hurting public education tremendously.
Yeah, I would need to talk with educators like yourself and sit down and make sure that we do what's best for all education. I know that here in Rainbow City, we have Westbrook, so I want to make sure that they have what they need, but also want to make sure that it doesn't go to the detriment of our public schools, which are also very important. So I would, like I say, I'm not an expert on everything. You know, you would be the expert on education. So we'll sit down anytime, have conversations, and make sure that bills that are passed, you have your input in because they affect you personally.
Thank you.
But you're saying we get that conversation?
Oh, absolutely. And look, I hand out my phone number to everybody. People ask me, why do you hand your phone number out? I say, how can you work for somebody if they can't contact you?
Right.
I take that very, very seriously. I'm not going down to Montgomery to be a dictator. I'm going down to Montgomery to represent the people, and the people that I want to work for are sitting in this room.
We appreciate it.
And that's got me in a little bit of trouble, but I like it. So,
Anyone else? Jesse, thank you. We appreciate your
Mayor,
time.
Council, appreciate it. Thank you for letting me be here.
You bet. Thank you, Jesse. Number 7 is personnel changes to hire Karen Olson Honan, part-time library assistant, effective Friday, August 21st, 2026. Hire Ann Payne, accounting clerk, effective Monday, August 24th of 2026. To accept the retirement of Kevin Conklin, assistant fire chief, effective October 1st of 2026. And I'd entertain a motion that we do those together.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Those in favor by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Number 8 is Christmas decorations for the new recreation center, and I think you all have that paperwork, and it would be at a cost of the city for $45,994.44, and that would go to our budget, and we are in good shape as far as the finances of those decorations, and I'd entertain a motion that we make that purchase.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Those in favor by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Number 9 is resolution number 26-19. It's the resolution adopting transportation plan pursuant to the Rebuild Alabama Act 2019-2 for fiscal year 2027. And I'd entertain a motion that we pass that resolution as read.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Those in favor by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Just for anybody that's listening in or that cares, that resolution has to be passed every year so that we can make sure that we're a part of that, of adopting the transportation plan for Rebuild Alabama. And that gives us about $100,000. Is that right,
Yes.
Beth? About $100,000 goes into our coffers from that. And without that resolution, we wouldn't receive that money. So I appreciate the cooperation of the council. Number 10 is resolution number 26-20, and that's a public hearing for 108 Yorkshire Place. It's an unsafe structure and a public nuisance. Is there anyone that would like to speak for or against? Anyone, we'll start out with, was there anyone that would like to speak against this resolution? Anyone here? Anyone at all? Asking 3 times. Is there anyone that would like to speak for the resolution on behalf of the city?
Good evening. The nuisance abatement officer of the city of Rainbow City made a determination that the structure located at 108 Yorkshire Place is a dangerous building because it is unsafe to the extent that it is a public nuisance and subject to demolition. On June 9th, 2026, a lis pendens was filed with the Etowah County Probate Office of the finding of public nuisance notice and order to remedy. A copy of the same was sent via certified mail to the record property owners, those assessed as owners by the Etowah County Revenue Commissioner's Office, any mortgagees and/or lien holders. A copy of the same was posted within 3 feet of the entrance of the structure, as well as 3 public places located within Rainbow City, specifically Rainbow City Hall, Rainbow City Public Library, and Local Joe's. In addition, notice was published in the Messenger newspaper for 4 consecutive weeks. The nuisance abatement officer has made a finding that the structure is a dangerous building in need of demolition. It is requested that the council approves the city to cause said demolition to be performed either by the city's employees and/or contractors, and authorize the city attorney and city clerk to cause such costs to be charged against the land as a lien. Thank you.
Thank you. Nuisance abatement officer's here. Mike, do you concur with what?
Yes, sir. I've been battling the owner, not battling him, but dealing with that property since I came here 5 years, and not much has been done to maintain the residence. He did put a roof on it, but the yard, the bushes, everything else is let go. And I do support the action. I think it's time we move forward to demolish it.
Yeah, thank you, Mike. I appreciate you. The resolution 26-20, is there a motion to move on that resolution?
So moved.
Is there any discussion? Clerk, we take a vote and include me.
Yes. Jerry Ramsey?
Yes.
Randy Vice?
Yes.
Jeff Prince?
Yes.
Jameson Jenkins?
Yes.
Clark Hopper?
Yes.
Mayor Taylor?
Yes. Number 11 is, I'm going to move to public comments. Is there anyone that'd like to speak publicly? Anyone at all? Okay, I'm going to move to the council comments, and we'll start with Mr. Ramsey.
I just want to thank everybody for coming out here tonight. Thank our city workers for everything they continue to do. I want to thank Camp Yancey, Chief Camp Yancey there for assisting me in a recent accident I had that landed me in the emergency room for quite a while. So I did survive, and I'm recovering all of that. And while I'm here, I'll thank Chief Reed for clearing that, helping me get through there pretty quickly and getting all that taken care of. And just want to thank everybody that's texted me, called me, checked on me, all that fun stuff. So I am surviving. So happy to be here. That is all I got tonight. Thank y'all.
Mr. Vice.
I want to echo Councilman Ramsey's comments. Thank everybody for being here. Again, Canada Battles, thank you. I know this is a crazy time of year, and we appreciate you coming out and sharing your views on things, and we look forward to conversations in the future. Once again, as our community has undergone a lot of trauma, I guess is the safest way to say it, with deaths of people that we all know and love, and also with crime in our neighboring communities. Just continue to pray for our young people and pray for all of the folks as school starts back, as football season starts back, and that this will be an isolated incident, not something we start to see every Friday night or every time that young people get together. And I know that our first responders, as I'm sure our neighboring cities will as well, do everything in their power to limit the impact of these kind of incidents. And that says a lot for that. And also appreciate what all you guys do. Thank you.
Mr. Prince.
Thank you, Mayor, and thank everyone for being here tonight. I want to start out by thanking our street department. They have gone beyond what is normal. We've had a paving project going on in my neighborhood, to be candid about it. Something about I was going to get some gold bricks royalty or something, I don't know. But anyway, no, I'm joking about that. But had some issues as the paving project progressed, and our guys worked through basically almost to midnight one night last week. So I want to thank them for their dedication. They don't have to do that. They want to do that, and that shows. And I hope that we can continue to equip you guys with everything you need to do your jobs. As Councilman Vice says, it has been a rough last week or so. I'll try to get through this one. There's 3 particular families and actually none of them live in Rainbow City, but I think they're all friends of Rainbow City, and I'm confident of that, matter of fact. I want to extend our deepest condolences and our prayers to Jessica Wilson and the Wilson family in the loss of Jason, and to the city of Gadsden. He's a huge loss for them. A guy with a dream that was not scared to act on it, and how many people out there have dreams and never act on it. And this guy was a young man that we lost, and a good leader for the city of Gadsden and for this whole entire area in our state, to be quite honest. Also, the Carter family that does own Union Jack Cafe, and Simon was one of my very good friends since he had moved here. That one has really been hard for me personally and for a lot of people. And I want to let his wife Paige and his son Cameron and their family know that they are certainly in our prayers, and anything we can do to help them, we're here for them. And then the family of Lowell Thompson. Lowell was just salt of the earth type fellow. And it seems they come in threes, and I hope that's all for a while, because it has been a tough week, I think, on everybody around here. But again, proud to be representing Rainbow City and to care about people, because these people care about us. So that's all I have tonight, Mayor. Thank you.
Mr. Jenkins.
Thank you, Mayor. I also want to real quick just brag on our street department. I've coincidentally had several just little things that people have called me about over the last few months, and every time I've called on those guys, within the next couple of days, somebody's calling me saying, wow, they jumped on that immediately. We really do have a top-notch street department. I appreciate them and what they do. I didn't know either Simon or Mr. Thompson very well, but I do want to say that I really feel for you, Jeff. I know how close you and Simon were. You talked about him a lot, and I have no doubt you were actually the first person that I thought about when I saw that news, and he was a detrimental loss to our community. But I do want to talk about Jason Wilson for just a minute. When I was elected to city council in Rainbow City, Jason was one of the first people that I immediately looked up to. And I think you learn a lot about a person in this job when we're not in town, actually. And I know that sounds kind of funny, but it's easy for us to appear as if we're doing the things that we're supposed to do when we're here. But when you get away to conferences and trainings and things like that, the level of respect that you have from other people comes from how seriously you take your job. And I think that that is a huge reflection of your work ethic and your character. And you can tell when you go out of town to these trainings in Montgomery and Washington, D.C. and all over the place, the level of respect that somebody has. And I can tell you that Jason Wilson was immensely respected by municipal and other local elected officials all over, not just the state of Alabama, but across the country. And that's because Jason, he took his job seriously. And I, honest to God, don't know anyone who was more proud of their city and the city that they represented. I mean, any chance that he got to tell you, he was going to let you know that he was from Gadsden. And it's a huge loss. There is going to be a celebration of life. It's going to be this Saturday. It will start at 2:10 at the tracks at 1 o'clock and go from 1 to 3. As soon as we're done with that, there will be an escort that's going to go from there, and it will go down Turntime where Jason lived with his family, and then back to Back 40. So if you have an opportunity to do so, I'd really encourage you to come out and help celebrate Jason's life. That's all I have.
Mr. Hopper.
Thank you. I echo everybody's comments they've made about the losses that the city of Gadsden suffered, and we have suffered here with these business owners. Also, Brent and Cody, I want to appreciate y'all. Like Jameson was saying, you know, I text y'all about a ditch, y'all text me and say we're on our way. Not only does it make us look good, like he's talking about, it makes y'all look better because you're serving the public immediately. They're not having to wait a day or two. And next thing I'm gonna start harping on is we're getting in close to the holiday season. Let's try to shop local. Me and Jeff and Mayor, we have spent last week at a updated economic development school in Prattville and everything. And it is, whether you're going to barbecue for Labor Day, where you're going to do your turkey, or whether, and your Christmas, you can get it at Publix, you can get it at Aldi's, and you can get it at Johnson's and our sister cities. And we can plug for the sister city because we do share the high school, we got the middle school, and we're kind of joined at the hip. And let's try to keep our tax dollars and tax money here and in Southside where it benefits us and our children. And speaking of our children, just a quick reminder, football season has begun. Southside did win, and this is the traditional Thursday night game. We'll go to Hoax Bluff and we'll play Hoax Bluff. But we also got a Pee Wee program here that plays on the road right next to Rainbow Middle. We got a home game this week. And I'm plugging it because I got a grandkid play, and that's true. But they really do struggle because a lot of kids cannot afford the fees and the dues. And they do a lot of fundraisers, t-shirts, hats, everything goes back into the program. And I encourage us to support our Pee Wee football team. We was in Moody last week. C team got blowed out, B team got blowed out, but A team, we won. And things like that. And they're not going to Southside play. They're giving us an opportunity, if you want to kill time on a Saturday, that you can come see them because we do play Leeds this Saturday. And it's just not only with them. Let's look at the Rainbow Middle kids. We got kids that are playing volleyball right now. We got them kids at the rec center playing flag football. I mean, I'm not the rec center, I'm sorry, the softball complex. Are we not hosting flag football there, Randy?
Coming up, yes, sir.
Coming up.
About a month and a half.
And then we're always gonna have rush soccer going on and things of that nature. And let's just get behind our children and our community, and let's just keep on spending our tax dollars locally.
Thank you. Saturday, November 7th, 2026, the second annual Lights and Siren 5K, 10K, and 1 mile fun run is at 8:00 a.m. to begin at the Rainbow City Fire Station number 2. Registration is online at runsignup.com, and the run will benefit the Rainbow City Police Explorers. Something that we failed to mention, and our city clerk let us know about that, and that is that we just received and took possession of an $800,000 fire truck, and I guess there's two ways of looking at this. Number one is that we're making sure that we're keeping our fire department well equipped and making sure that we're serving the public in that way. The second part of it is fiduciary responsibility of this city, and that was the ability for us to afford to buy $800,000 fire truck without going out to finance it at an interest rate, which is again showing the responsibility financially of this council and actually the confidence of this council to allow me to do that financial work alongside our city treasurer, which is Beth Lee. That's not normal, y'all. I just want to make sure that people understand. You don't go and buy $800,000 fire truck at any city that's our size, any size larger or any size smaller. Those are financed items, and that strength of finance comes from being very, very responsible with the money and the taxpayer money that's being paid. So just want to say, we're just so thankful that you give and put that trust in us. The council chambers here, you can see that it's been remodeled. That again was where we take people that are here inside our building and use them to give, maybe just to give us another extra edge without having to go out and hire somebody to do our design work for us. Katie McDaniel in our revenue department is just very, very talented in interior design. Our city clerk, Beth, and myself, which basically they told me how it was going to be, and asked me to find money to support it. And that's the way we did that. I will say that the sign was my idea, so. But anyway, I think I'm just thankful for having a group of people that work inside this building that are willing to do more than just their share. And with that, I would move on to Karen Frost, that's my administrative assistant, and Kenneth Payne. Kenneth Payne is at the ADM conference down in Gulf Shores. And he down there and sent me a photo just a few minutes ago where he was there to receive $117,000 back to the city in grant money that Karen and Kenneth put their heads together along with Scott Olderfield over in our police department so that we could expand our recycling capabilities here in the city. That's our fourth or fifth grant since I've been the mayor, so I think we had 1 year that we didn't apply, and that was the only year we didn't get something. So we're batting 1,000 when we apply. And I'm just very appreciative of knowing that you can turn that stuff over to your associates, and they have just as much skin in the game in getting that. And just like Clark said, that makes us look good. And that's a opportunity that we've been able to take advantage of, and I think we're very, very close to having $1 million in the bank because of their hard work. And I don't want us to ever miss or slight them in the least bit. We're continuing some remodeling here around the city, and especially inside our city hall. I just want you to be patient with us. There's things that we're doing because we're trying to do it at as quick a pace as possible. At the same time, we're trying to make sure that we're doing really, really good work and managing the money of the city in their appropriate way. The death of Jason Wilson and Simon Carter, there's no doubt, and Mr. Thompson, there's no doubt those are big losses for our city, even though these are guys that not necessarily live in our city, but they invest in our city. Jason's, him and his wife have the laundry service here. Of course, Simon had Union Jack, and then Mr. Thompson has always invested not only in Hortons Bend, but in our area, and raised up a son that's now the fire chief of the Hortons Bend Fire Department. We just want to make sure that we honor those people in the appropriate way. I can say that if you want to know Jason Wilson's character, I spoke to the city council in the city of Gadsden one day about a little subject that nobody was okay with at the time. It didn't matter which side you were on. It was the deal with the rendering plant. And when I went up, and you have to tiptoe into another mayor's council chamber to be able to speak to him and his council, but I did so boldly because I really felt like we were doing the right thing. When I got through, we walked outside. There was a huge crowd. I mean, there was pitchforks and torches everywhere. This area was not okay with what was going on. And Jason Wilson walked up behind me and said, I think you just convinced me to change my mind. And he said, I'm going to go out here and talk to these people and let them know that I did. Will you go with me? I said, you don't need me to go out there and help you do your talk. And I said, I'll hear when you've let them know that you've changed your mind. About 15 seconds later, I hear a roar from that crowd. And that was because Jason Wilson had enough about him to go out there and change his mind, which is not normal in the political world. We tend to lock down and decide that we're going to do it one way, come hell or high water. And Jason Wilson was not that kind of guy. He was serving that public that was very, very thrilled to have him in that leadership role, and they still are. And I think you'll probably see that play out over the next few days. Simon Carter, I told Rachel last night that Simon Carter's fed me breakfast more times than she has, and that is the absolute truth. And she smiled and said, yeah, are his eggs better than yours? And I just kept my mouth shut. The truth is that he made them the right way every single time. But, we're going to miss Simon. I mean, and that's the thing about his family. His family was so ingrained into our city. They were a part of the fabric of this tapestry that we call Rainbow City. Moving on to our street department and the street project that we have going on down in Covered Bridge. I'll say this about this street department and Joel Garment up in our building department. We never have to worry about doing the job correctly. They're going to call me and say, Mayor, we can't do it the way we intended to do it. We have to put more work into this. And that meant long days, long nights. And it was a situation, thank you, Jamie. And it was a situation that for us to get this done and get this done right, it meant It meant us putting more money into it, more resources, and more than that, it was the sweat and time of our street department, who is 100% dedicated to this city. And I'll be honest with you, sometimes they don't get the accolades that they should get. So I appreciate Brent, I appreciate Cody for leading that team down there, and it's quite surprising, some of the things that we're getting done, and we're getting done with a very, very marginal number of people. We have a small street department, but they sure do act like they're big. The last thing is, by the end of this week, we should finish the refurbishment of all of our recreational areas. They'll be paving and surfacing. They'll be doing the final paving, and then after that, we have to allow for a 28-day cure cycle, and then we'll put the final surface on our track. That track is intended not only for us, but it is a county-wide track. It'll be the only one in the Etowah County Board of Education school system, and we're very proud of that fact. We'll be the ones that will be hosting track and field events over the next 100 years, hopefully. But I think that again shows the dedication of this council to taking the money of the taxpayers' money and putting it back towards the quality of life and quality of place of not only Rainbow City, but of this whole county. Jesse said it well when he said the rising tide raises all ships. I think that's exactly what this council's doing, and with that, I appreciate that so much. And I'd entertain a motion that we adjourn.
So moved.
Thank you. Thank you all for being here.
Jerry, what can I ask?